Namaste. pt.1, peace God, 13 love. Over here with Mother Neteru, the water. I don't know if y'all can see that. This whole scenery is official now. I always know where to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just know these little passages and shit like that. I'm still here in Florida, and niggas may think I'm somewhere else. Nah. I know so many areas in here, like, the Shambhalas, the inner earths, the next dimensions, the other dimensions that a lot of people don't know. These are the other dimensions. We come over here and meditate in other dimensions where people don't know exist. People been living here longer than a nigga and don't even know this shit. But I'm gonna show y'all real quick about the three BoWs. This is something I do personally. You don't gotta do it. They do it in Buddha teachings or whatever. And I just apply because 3 symbolizes so many things. The Trinity, the equality, man, woman, and child. From the Ankh to everything, Isis, Osiris, and Horus, it's all a Trinity thing, like Mary Magdalene, Joseph and Christ, and Mary Magdalene, Christ, and the child, the children or whatever, fire, water, the holiness and whatever, 1, 0, and -1, and then you have 0 point, in the middle, negative and positive, neutral, or whatever. So it's all like the 3 thing, alright? And then you also have the only, the 13 with the 3, boom, boom, boom. So this is what I do right here. I'm gonna do it right here out of the sun. So I do it barefooted. I do this all the time or whatever. And this is kind of like a real quick prayer thing. So it's what it consists of. It's a bow, 3 BoWs. And when you're raising your hands up, you raise your hands up like this, facing up, palms up. Always have your knees slightly bent so they can be like in tune with the earth. But at the same time, this is what allows you to have your back straighten up and your spine. And you don't want to have your stomach coming out. You want to be tucked in like you're sitting down, shoulders relaxed. You want to be relaxed. And you want to envision yourself like a tree with the roots going all the way down into the earth, being planted with the earth. Also, you could look at yourself as like an antenna, an organic antenna of the earth, because you bring the connections with the heaven and the earth together. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, you could look at yourself like a crystal, an acupressure point, like an acupuncture, a little pin that they put on the acupuncture or whatever. Like, imagine yourself as that to the earth. Like, that's what you're doing for the earth. And that you're like a little needle or whatever, and you're spearing yourself in there. Or you could be a huge needle, you know what I'm saying? That it's humongous, you know what I'm saying? But either or, you want to envision yourself going straight into the earth. And you want to have your feet together. Barefooted is the best thing to do. A lot of people, don't get discouraged and think that just because you're wearing shoes doesn't mean that your energy doesn't go through it. It does. It's slightly, it gives it more power when it's like head on, you know what I'm saying? Just like with the crystals, it gives it more power when it's on your skin compared to when it's on, like from a shirt and stuff like this, you want to have it more on your skin more than anything. So it's the same thing with the earth, So we root ourselves down. You have your knees slightly bent, your back straight, whatever. Try to have your back straight as possible. Shoulders relaxed. And when you bring your hands up, you're doing 3 BoWs. You bring them up like this. And when you're envisioning, what I envision mainly, what you could do at first, envision like energy, the frequency, the magnet. You're rising it up, the magnetic field of the earth, and also the energy, the frequencies. Like you're rising it up. Rising it up when you're doing that. So you just rise up the frequency of the earth. And then you put your hands together like in a prayer position or whatever, but I want you to try to feel the energy from your palms. from your. This is called a long gong, but you could consider this the center of the galaxy, the middle of the galaxy, the middle of the universe. Like the universe is right here in the palm of your hand. And I got some information about the palm reading shit, man. But you know, that was in another camera thing that I had. I got a lot of shit, and I don't know what happened to it. So I might have to do that again so I can show you, because that's very important to know about the hand palm reading and all that. And I ain't just talking on some spookism shit. I'm talking about some as above, so below, because you could hear yourself just by your hand alone. Like each part of your hand, just like in your feet, just like in your teeth, each part deals with a certain part of your body, and with your chakras, and with the stars, and you know, so forth, so forth. So when you're rising your hands up, you want to put your hands together and you want to try to feel that magnetic field. At first, you can just practice doing this. And you meditate, you're breathing at the same time. Breathe in, exhale. Inhale, exhale.